Hi friends, welcome to IT Port. In this session, we are going to see about foreign key constraint in SQL Server. So we can learn in this session what is a foreign key constraint and how can we add with the column and how can we add with the existing column. First, a foreign key constraint is a column or combination of columns that is used to establish and enforce a link between the data in two tables. So we can create a foreign key by defining a term foreign key constraint when you create or modify a table. So it's used to establish and enforce a link between the primary and slave tables. In a primary table, we can have a key that is called a primary key. So this is the origin of the data key. So we can refer this data into some other table. In a foreign key reference, a link is created between two tables when the column or columns that hold the primary key value for one table are referenced by the column or columns in another table. So this is a referential integrity between the two tables. So primary table, we can have a primary key and we can have the same data in another table with a reference. So this column becomes a foreign key in the second table, and this is called a foreign key constraint. And a table can have 253 foreign key constraints. It's enough. So this is a foreign key constraint. Let us check the simplest example for this. Here I am going to create one table employee number integer primary key. So this is a primary key column employee number and employee name worker of 10 not null and age is integer. So just creating this table, just execute it and give the records to this table, two records. See, insert into employee values 1 and the name wrong and age is 30, and again second employee 2 repeated 31. So here primary column enabled on employee number, and this constraint listed in this table using SP_help procedure. We can list out the table information by way of when the table is created and what are the columns are listed there and what are the constraints are available in this table. See, this is a constraint type primary key cluster and the constraint name. We can give the constraint name by these alter statements. This is a default statement to create primary key, so it contains a default name and the constraint keys by which column we enable this constraint. So it is employee number. So this is a primary key column enabled table. So select start from employee. So we can get two rows. So this is a primary table. So now we are going to create a table with foreign key constraint. See, this is a secondary table with employee salary. So create table employee salary and employee number integer and foreign key. This is the syntax to create a foreign key constraint on create table statement. Employee number integer, foreign key references. This is the reference table. So references employee on employee number column. So here we should mention the primary key enabled table and primary key column in this bracket. So this is a syntax to create a foreign key reference in that column, and this is a reference to the primary key table. Employee number integer, foreign key references employee table and the employee number, and salary for the month. So it's a date field and salary. So this is a secondary table with foreign key constraint. So just going to create this table. Now the table is created. now you can check the sp underscore help employee table. See, you can see the table is referenced by foreign key in which table. See, the ITO.DPO employee salary, FK employee number. So this is a foreign key referenced by the which tables. Here it listed the reference tables in the employee table. So using sp underscore help, we can know what are the foreign keys are enabled in which tables. So here I am going to insert the records to this employee salary. So main details is the insert into employee salary values employee number 1, and the salary for the month is January 1990 and the salary is 50,000. So just I'm going to insert this record. It was inserted. So this main condition is this employee number is listed in this employee table. So there is no other data we can insert in this salary table without having data on primary key table. Here second employee number is also in the employee table. So just insert and fetch the table record from employee and employee salary. So again going to insert these records on next month. So it can duplicate values. It accepts the duplicate values in the foreign key table because the next month these employees can have salary. See, so it accepts this salaries also because this is for January month and this is for February month. So it can accept the duplicate values, and it was referenced with the primary key table. Here I am going to insert the data without the information from primary key table. So there is employee number, there is no employee number 3 on this employee table. Here I am going to insert the value for employee 3. So in a primary key table there is no data on the primary key value 3. Here I am going to insert 3 in the employee salary, that is slave tables. See, the insert statement conflicted with the foreign key constraint. The conflict occurred on this table. Column employee number. So you have entered the employee number mismatched with the primary key table. So this 3 is not available in the employee table. So we can only give the data what is in this employee table, employee number column. We insert the third employee in this table, employee, you can add this will accept. So main thing is it's a referential integrity between the two tables, and the primary key column foreign key constraint only accept what are the values are in the primary key column. Except these values, no data can accept here. So this is the main purpose and main functionality. One of the main point is the foreign key constraint allows null. If we define only just integer foreign key, so it will accept null values there. So now it's accepted. So foreign key constraint allow nulls by default. So if you want to make a constraint on this, you can write as here integer not null foreign key constraint. Just I am going to drop this table. just create with employee number integer not null foreign key references. So just created and insert these records. So fetching with this data. Now I am going to insert the employee salary with null values. So here the employee number marked as null. So it will not accept. So foreign key constraint will accept null values by default. If you want to make a constraint on this, we can use not null constraint on this foreign key column. So this is a foreign key constraint. Now going to how to drop the foreign key constraint. See, the help of employee salary store procedure, and here we can check the foreign keys constraints in these tables. What are the constraints listed in this table, and copy this name. This is the constraint name for foreign key reference. Constraint keys employee number references to the table. So just copy and drop. Employee this. So just drop. So there is no constraint on this employee salary, and there is no foreign key references on the employee table. So sp_help on employee. It listed only the primary key constraint. There is no foreign key constraint on this table. So now we dropped this constraint, employee salary foreign key constraints. Okay, how to create a foreign key constraint in the alter statement? See, alter table employee salary, add constraint. Okay, employee EMP number, foreign key. You have to mention this column, employee number, and references employee table, employee number. So this is a syntax to add constraint with the alter statements. That is, it's a way to create a foreign key constraint on existing column. Create a key constraint on existing column. So we can create with a combination of columns also. So the foreign key can reference only a single column or maybe a combination of columns, but equal data type and equal number of combinations should be created with the primary key column. So it should be matched with the primary key constraints. What the combination of columns used to create a primary key in the primary key table, so that combination of columns should be created here. So this is the syntax to create foreign key constraint on existing columns. Just created. Now we can fetch the check the table employee. It listed the foreign key constraint reference, and with the employee salary foreign key constraint enabled. And the main important thing is we cannot remove the primary key table if it has the data on the foreign key table. See, that is the employee number 1 have the data on employee salary. So 1 and 2 data is there and reference tables. So employee salary, employee number 1 and 2 is used. So now I am going to delete employee where employee number is equal to 1. So it's a main reference. Now I am going to delete this employee number 1. See, it will raise an error because referential integrity. So it raises an error, delete statement conflicted with the reference constraint. The conflict occurred on the table. So these values are referenced by another table. So here the employee number contains data on salary. So you cannot remove this. See also the 2 because it's also have the data in reference table. So 3 is not data on that employee salary. Delete from employee where employee number is 3. It will accept because there is no data on employee salary. So there is no reference to the foreign key constraint table. So we can delete the data or updated data on primary key column. It should not be in reference to this foreign key constraint table. If it has a reference and it has the data, we cannot change or delete that primary key value. So this is the main thing. So this is the foreign key constraint. So it's used to make a referential integrity between the primary key table and foreign key table. Hope this session will be very useful to you. If you like this session, please like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, friends.